Capital News tonight. Tanzania's foreign reserve reached $5.4 US. UPDF set to arrive in Tanzania for joint army training. Yanga has to conduct general elections in less than a year. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Khadija Zimbo. First, the national news. The President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Dr. John Pombe Magufuli, has said that Tanzania has over $5.4 billion in foreign reserve, which can run the country by purchasing various goods for a period of over 6 months, an amount that has not been reached since independence. The President said this when speaking at a symposium at the University of Dar es Salaam to discuss the state of the economy during the 3 years of fifth phase government. When speaking of the aims of the fifth phase government in strengthening the community and economy, the Minister of Constitution and Legal Affairs, Professor Palamagamba Kabudi, said that the government has made major strides and asked the public not to listen to the few who are against the Stigler's Gorge electricity project, which has been shown to be more affordable than gas.
Katika kipindi cha miaka mitatu,
in 3-year period, investment towards development is almost at 40%, previously just at 20%. This has enabled us to realize a lot of projects. You're witnesses to the various road projects going on, and so far we've completed 1,500 kilometers and we are constructing an interchange at Ubungo.
Tunajenga interchange hapo Ubungo.
Lakini niseme bila kigumizi, bila tashwishwi, utatekelezwa. Ije mvua, lije jua.
This will be implemented whether it rains or shines, whether they like it or not. Our project, and this shall not be the last one. We are talking about 10,000 megawatts by 2025, but in essence, we need 15,000 megawatts. There will be a lot of opposition, but this project will be built. We have taken all relevant steps to ensure that the environment is protected.
Mazingira yanalindwa.
Chuki za wananchi dhidi ya rushwa.
War against corruption is evident. People are tired and can no longer tolerate a government that tolerates corruption. I have promised that I shall fight corruption.
The acting director of Songwe District Council, Anthony Mwambene, has directed that 13 lorries owned by Sunshine Mining Limited to be confiscated after they were caught smuggling 230 tons of gold deposits out of the Songwe district and a region without a permit.
It is the same as illegal transportation because they did not give information. And at the gates, we already have given directive to stop all vehicles carrying sand from leaving the district without paying any tax. We have agreed those vehicles won't be allowed to enter again until contracts. And just a reminder to the miners, small or big, to follow procedures according to the law. I'm asking the council to give me protection for my life, because now it's like a habit, and usually they do the transportation at night, and when I ask them, they say I don't have any rights to question them, and that I should ask the DC. The stones are from Bagala and going to Matunda Stream. It's the only place with a production plant, but they have stopped them, and they needed to get a license, and we have showed them all the license and letters.
MPs of the East African Legislative Assembly have passed a new bill on statistics, which is part of their plan of EAC member countries to eventually fulfill their goal of having one common currency. Despite the positive development though, some ELA MPs such as Abdul Kadri Mohammed from Kenya and Habibu Mnya say that in spite of passing the bill on statistics, there is still a long way to go where the fulfillment of ELA's goals are concerned.
Lazima kuwe na banki kuu ya Afrika Mashariki.
There must be a main bank for East Africa. That is another law which you will see in time. These are the bodies which will work together.
Hivi ndio viungo ambazo vitafanya kazi pamoja.
Monetary Union Protocol ambayo ilipitishwa tarehe 30 Novemba.
The Monetary Union Protocol, which was passed on the 30th November of 2013 in Uganda, Kampala. Now that's set how to start the monetary union, and in the monetary union there are different institutions which make up the monetary union.
Kuna institutions nyingine zilikuwa zianzishwe.
Tanzania kulikuwa kuna definitions ambazo
As Tanzanian, there were some definitions which we wanted them to be changed. Position of Tanzania has been kept in the bill, which has been passed through, taking in consideration that we want to now go to one currency for all the 6 countries as the East African Community.
Kisutu Resident Magistrate Court in Dar es Salaam has been told that the chairman of Chadema, Freeman Mbowe, has been rushed in an emergency to South Africa because his health condition was truly worrying due to heart problems and blood pressure. Mbowe and 8 other Chadema leaders are being charged with treason number 112 of 2018. This was explained to the Kisutu Chief Resident Magistrate Wilbert Mashauri by the State Prosecutor Faraja Nchimbi. The defense team's attorney Peter Kibatala also explained to the court that Mbowe has been rushed to South Africa due to his alarming health condition. As a result of this, documentation of his journey and his medical treatment will be presented to the Kisutu court by way of a letter. Kisutu Resident Court's Chief Magistrate Wilbert Mashauri said that if Mbowe fails to present documentation which explains the reasons for his journey and for his illness, then he will have to give an instruction for the chairman of Chadema to be arrested so that he can explain himself to the court. The case has now been adjourned to November 8th this year. Now, hundreds of train passengers using the Middle Railway from Kigoma to Dar es Salaam, Tabora, Mwanza, Kigoma and other regions were stranded in Dodoma for over 10 hours, unable to continue with their journey after the train was blocked by a cargo train that fell, causing an accident in Igandu area, Dodoma. Hours later, the passengers were able to continue with their trip after railway technicians successfully removed the cargo cars that were blocking the railway track.
We have finished the money given to us, which is 2,000. Others didn't even get that money. Now we are tired and we want to leave. There are only 2 toilets for both men and women, and one of them is closed. And there is no water. First of all, this is a great humiliation which we have never seen. Men and women waiting on the same toilet. It's possible that as passengers using trains, we are not valued. I'm ordering the railway authority to make arrangements to transport these people on time, because people are delaying to go to the hospital and others on so many things. They're sick patients, they're children. Here there are about 895 passengers in total, and you are just giving 2,000. How can it be enough while others have children?
The Minister of Energy, Dr. Bernard Kalemani, has refused to extend the amount of time to engineers and TANESCO experts who were given the job of implementing electricity projects in its cooling and distribution centers at Adege, Kigamboni and Kurasini Temeke in Dar es Salaam ordered that job be completed in the set time frame so that the public and investors can receive good electricity services and prevent constant power outage. Now, Tanzania Teachers Union (CWT) has asked the government to pay the debt of over 60 billion of its salary and non-salary claims after they verified them, confirming that the claims are illegitimate so that they can alleviate teachers' challenges. The request was made by the president of the Teachers Union, Leah Ulaya, during Teachers' Day celebrations nationally celebrated at TCM Kirumba grounds in Mwanza region, as well as 25 years years since the start of the union in November 1993.
But until now, as I am speaking, we have a due of 66 billion, which is not yet paid. We know you have a lot of work. You're overlooking many different officials in your sector. But I'm asking a special request to please look on this and assist us in ensuring that this due for teachers is paid on time, because we know that the money is there.
The Inspector General of Police in the country, IGP Simon Siro, has urged religious leaders of various sects and dominations to use their influential positions in order to emphasize the importance of peace and togetherness in the country. IGP Siro, who has finished his tour of Kagera region, issued this call when he spoke with after he had held a meeting with the police officers of the region.
We as supervisors to the law, as inspectors, our biggest job is to make sure that all those conducting crimes are taken to the law bodies and that law is enforced. But on other things, we've talked about education. I have asked religion leaders and political leaders to assist us on this, because other times education does help in reducing crimes like this of murder. Also Kagera, there is a big problem on rape, and education is highly required on this, so that people change their mindset. And mainly in Kagera, what causes these murder cases to be a lot is witchery, jealousy of love affairs, and the third is alcoholism.
And the use of wind farms in order to generate electricity, which was the brainchild of Tanzanian engineers, has started to produce very positive results following the installation of the wind farms. These new technologies are able to produce and distribute 21 kilowatts of electricity to the various buildings of the Old Gorge Museum.
The biggest advantage of this project is that it is environmental friendly. It uses sun energy and wind, and even though the cost of starting it is big, still the best part, it runs for a long time. For example, solar panels. It's assured to go for 25 years. And the wind panels for 50 years and more. When you use that software to design something, it will be of good quality. Before you start making it, you're sure it will work. And since its aim is to ease up things for Tanzanian, then you know it will be used for the right purpose. So on this first one, it shows that Tanzania we have enough profession. And our institution of TEMNO, which is a very important institution in the Ministry of Industry, it's doing its responsibility of creating different, easier technology for Tanzania.
And that is the end of national news. International news follows next after the break. We'll be right back.
The relaunched Financial Times is the premier business newspaper in Tanzania. The Financial Times is a weekly source of information and business insight for the most successful leaders, executives, investors, and entrepreneurs in Tanzania and throughout the East Africa region. We provide critical business insight and in-depth features on companies, people, strategies, ideas, and economic trends. The Financial Times offers an unrivaled platform for advertisers to enhance brand awareness and move products. We will enable you to reach confident and informed consumers and decision makers who are ready to buy, which includes company CEOs, CFOs, managers, entrepreneurs, policymakers in government, politics and civil society, diplomats, members of the academia, and other key influencers. See examples of advertisement opportunities featured in Financial Times sections below. Telecom sections, real estate section, company news, banking, finance and insurance industry, information technology, national, regional and global markets overview, motoring, lifestyle. Get your copy of Financial Times for 2,000 Tanzania shillings only.
Welcome back, and in international news tonight, a team from Uganda Police Defense Force is expected to arrive in the country for training with other forces from member countries of the East African Union.
You must be our good ambassadors.
You must be our good ambassadors with good behavior and highly disciplined. You must carry high the Ugandan flag.
Uganda's flag high.
And Bujumbura Municipal creates strategies to strengthen safety in the city as it prepares for end-of-the-year celebrations.
Security has improved, although there are some factors that have led to insecurity in some instances, such as robbery in residential areas, which must be addressed. There is also a group of thieves who are stealing cars, but this has been brought under control. There will be a 60 days campaign to fight against illegal brew in areas known to produce.
And that is the end of international news. Business news follows next.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
To be rich, I have to be a business person.
It's not an easy road at all.
People need to understand. You must quickly think, how cost effective are you going to be?
Business acts as a way in which it can bridge that gap.
Business Edition will keep you informed on latest developments in the financial sector, extractive industry, tourism, agriculture, energy, construction, and so much more. Meet entrepreneurs who create employment opportunities. Watch Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and in business news. The National Cashew Board in Tunduru District, Ruvuma region has handed out 26 laptops to leaders of principal cooperatives in the district so that they can maintain accurate record of cashew nut farmers so as to avoid the problem last season where a lot of money was paid to the wrong people.
It is my hope as the main party and cooperative leaders for Tunduru district that such challenges will not arise again because we are well prepared. The payment must be done 4 days after the auction so farmers can be paid on time.
Government institutions that have been putting up in unproductive blockades to people who want to invest in various sectors in the country have been directed to stop doing so and instead to provide good directives that will enable legal investments.
We must not be imprisoned by guidelines. Guidelines are there to make life easy. You cannot choose not to help someone just because you want to observe protocol. We must be willing to make things happen.
And small-scale farmers from villages in Monduli district complain of presence of fake pesticides which do not indicate where they were produced, nor what they can contain, and are burning the saplings instead of killing pests, causing loss to the farmers.
This particular pesticide has no label, and when we ask the people selling it, they tell us it is Masho, which was introduced after the first edition was withdrawn from the market, on claims that it stayed on the crop longer. We're making a closer inspection on all pesticides on the market that do not meet specifications and in all shops selling fake pesticides which cause big losses to farmers.
And that is the end of business news. Sports news follows shortly.
Hi, my name is Kotaro Tokuda.
What's up? My name is Sean Garnier.
I'm John Barnes from Liverpool Football Club. The hip, hop, a hip, the hip, hip, hop. You don't stop the rockin' to the bang bang boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear?
I'm watching Sports Gazette.
I'm watching Sport Gazette.
And you're watching Sports Gazette
with Sebastian.
With Sebastian. Peace out.
Yes! And you can also watch Sports Gazette for highlights and interviews regarding sports. Do not miss Sports Gazette every Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on Capital Television.
And in sports news tonight, the National Sports Council has reached an agreement with younger management that the club has to conduct its general elections in less than a year.
The members mentioned are not enough to run a big club in this country, just like any other country. This being the case, younger are required to conduct an election to fill the gaps in their administration according to their constitution. Since the Electoral Committee does not have the required number of people, we direct that this election should be supervised by the Country Football Association, TFF.
Simba Sports Club management says the club respects JKT Tanzania and change of the stadium for their Premier League match on Saturday from Dar es Salaam to Tanga will not change the fact that they intend to get 3 points.
This is a tough game. JKT Ruvu had a good record in the first division last year, and this makes us believe they're a good team. They've also not performed very poorly this season. They are in the mid-ranks, so we respect them. JKT is always a good team. We cannot take them for granted, especially given the fact that they are in their home ground, which is not very friendly, but for them it has no problem.
Thiago Solari began his interim spell in charge of Real Madrid with a comfortable 4-0 Copa del Rey last 32 first leg victory over UD Melilla. Here's more on the story.
Former winger Solari was appointed to replace Julian Lopetegui, who was sacked on Monday after only 14 games. Karim Benzema, Marco Asensio, Alvaro Odriozola and Cristo Gonzalez were on the score sheet for the La Liga side. Melilla is the tiny Spanish enclave of about 4.7 square miles on the north coast of Morocco. It has a population of 86,000, with the game taking place at the packed Alvarez Claro Stadium, which has a capacity of 10,000.
And Arsenal have been drawn against North London rivals Tottenham Spurs in the Carabao Cup quarter-finals. Here's more on the story.
Beaten finalists will host their neighbours at Emirates Stadium during the week starting 17th of December. League One Burton Albion, the lowest ranked team left in the competition, go to Championship side Middlesbrough. Chelsea host Bournemouth, while Leicester or Southampton will play the winner of Manchester City and Fulham.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. Thank you for watching and good night.
Innovation brings you the latest technology solutions and startups in various industries such as business, health, agriculture, renewable energy. Innovation features practical solutions for consumers. On Tuesday at 7 p.m. only on Capital Television.
Hello viewers of Capital Television, welcome to Cap Chat, your show that comes to you every Sunday at this time, 9:15. And we'll be talking about so many interesting issues that happen in Tanzania as well as outside. There's so many current issues that we're going to talk about. I'm your host Sebastian Kolo, but as usual I won't be alone. I'll be accompanied by two beautiful girls here, Vanessa, Victor, on my far left, as well as Neymar Lois. How are you guys?
Okay, big guy.
Anyone supporting Real Madrid here?
I'm far
We
behind
go to
of
that. We're good to that because Real Madrid was smashed 5-1 by Barcelona today. But first of all, let's go to Ethiopia, where for the first time they've had the first ever female president, Sally Wak Zewde. What do you say about her? Being a female yourself.
I love the fact that she's the first female president in Ethiopia, but I feel like it's getting a bit overrated. I mean, we keep talking about equal opportunity for women, that women who have the same capabilities, same responsibilities should be given the opportunities to do the high-level jobs, such as the now president of Ethiopia. Yeah, but then now people are turning it into such a big hype. Like, oh my God, she's the first woman president of Ethiopia. Yes, but she's qualified. Why not talk about her qualifications before you talk about her being the first? I just feel like it's overrated.
I think it's not just the fact that she's just president, it's the fact that the whole parliament, for the first time in Africa, it's 50-50 men and women. Like it's equally divided. So I think that's why they kept it all, giving it the hype. But otherwise, she's qualified. If you look at her history, she has all the qualifications, all the right stuff. She deserves the presidency chair, and I think she'll do a great job.
I respect the fact that, yes, it was a unanimous decision to put her as president after the situation that occurred. They had to deal with that situation relatively quickly. But come on, women are doing amazing things every day.
Every day. Like how many African female presidents do we have right now?
Okay, but if we put
No. That was just a question. How many female presidents do we have right now, like currently?
Fair enough.
How many? We only have one, and it's her. So we need to talk about that.
Fair enough.
Because that's
fair enough.
You see,
and she's pretty too.
Yeah. You see, I think talking about it will make people realize, like, I mean, she's the only. You know why I asked you that?
Yeah.
Because not so many people that are watching right now know that fact, that she's the only female president currently in Africa. Yeah. You see, so that's in it alone is a fact to talk about. Yeah. But that doesn't mean we can cloud cloud our judgment about her qualifications. No. We should sing her praises. And then I think if we talk about her differently, it shows how different she is. You know. And it gives way to other females that are coming up, the likes of Hillary Clinton, who was trying to do that in the United States, but unfortunately, there were some bomb threats to her and Barack Obama, as well as Robert De Niro. Yeah.
CIA director as well. Even CNN officers got a bomb delivered to their offices.
Yeah, and it was said that the threats were against people who were not pro Donald Trump, and one person has been caught into custody. He's one of the of the people that are thought to have done that.
Suspect.
Yeah, one of the suspects. He's called Cesar. Have you seen his face?
I haven't seen his face yet.
I'm not the one to judge, but I think he looks very much like, I don't know. I'm not
like
sure.
He did do it?
I think like he did do it.
Like he did
yeah.
do it.
He does look guilty. I'm
so
sorry.
guilty.
It's the worst thing to say. I agree. It's the worst.
Can be deceiving again.
Yeah, but they can be true too.
Alleged suspects, but sometimes, imagine in a court case, they look at him. There's that. Looks like he looks.
And the problem is his videos from the social media, as well as his pictures that he's been publicly showing that he's a supporter of Donald Trump. That's not a problem. There's a lot of people who are supporting Donald Trump. As a matter of fact, one of professors from the United States has said he's 100% sure that Donald Trump is going to win the re-election because a lot more people are proud of what he's doing, regardless of what majority of everyone else, especially the famous people, are saying. But that's not the problem. The problem is the way he was speaking. You know, he had like too much passion, man. He was speaking in a way that was scary a bit.
Well, I hope they're going to work more into this case. Otherwise, more people like him will be turning up. Because if they don't see actions taken, they'll say, "Oh, if he was let off the hook, then maybe we can also be, done the same." So I think the authorities should really take a closer look on this.
But then you also have to look at it in the sense that even in the past with U.S. presidential elections, there's been division, like Republicans versus Democrats. But what's different right now is Trump supporters are radicals.
Yes.
There are people who are ready to pop off at any time.
Yeah.
They're like, let's go.
Yeah. And they were waiting for a guy like him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's even obvious. Everybody who's been outspoken against Donald Trump in a high-level position, including CNN, it's a high-level news station.
Yes.
They're like, yeah, we got you.
Well, I'm trying to imagine what Robert De Niro said after like he was maybe asked, what do you think of the threats from Caesar? I think he would say something like, I don't know about you, but I'll tell you one thing. I'll make sure that I catch you and then I'll kill you and something like that. Let's go to Star 7 results. One specific fact that I would like us to talk about. You see, there were some schools that were forced to repeat exams because they were caught cheating. These are among the schools that did the best. What do you think about that, Vanessa? You think they were better off, or you think the questions came like the same questions came in the second exam?
I think that I think in a lot of people's minds, it's sad, but it's true.
Yeah.
Prevention is better than cure.
Yes.
So I feel like even originally in the exams, most of these students who were given the answers to the questions that they were doing, they probably